Hey everybody, it's Aaron again. So we started week 5 yesterday. Today's Tuesday. As you can see, I'm again outside in t-shirt. Gorgeous, peaceful night. Hear the birds chirping. The whole 9 yards. Last night we didn't do nothing. Neither one of us were feeling real well. A little exhausted. Same way with today, but I just had to point out that we went from a week ago today to below zero, 10 below zero, to today at 65 degrees is what my car told me at 4:30. Just unreal climate change, temperature change. I mean, that's 75 degrees in a week. And it's just unreal how fast it changes this year. Part of why we haven't been able to do much the last 2 days is I worked late today. I went in early yesterday and I went in early today. So getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning is pretty early. So we're going to bed pretty early. I don't know if you guys heard that, but the coyotes are howling already. And we still got about another hour of sun. So yeah, I'm thinking I might have to cut this short because we don't want them getting any closer than what they are. Might have to pull a noisemaker out, make some noise, kind of chase them away, but you got to defend your own. So we'll see you later. Hey everybody, it's me again, Aaron. We are on week 6, just about finished with week 6. It's Saturday. And I got up bright and early this morning, like I do every morning. Your body just gets into a what do you want to call it, a routine. So yeah, I was up about 3:30 this morning, laid around until about 5:30, and I left the wife to sleep and went to town. Took the truck and I got PVC pipe. Can anybody guess what I'm going to do with PVC pipe? Yeah, most of you probably know that when you go to get PVC pipe, you're going to hard pipe your sewers. So that's what my task is for today, hopefully before the winter mix moves in. Hi Kai. And I will show you the before and the after and why I decided to do it this way. As you can see, that's where my main sewer is, but the reason why we are doing it is because cold weather does numbers to these. And like we said before, the brown ones are only 5 weeks old now, going on 6. And I've broken 2 or 3 of them. I've bought 6 this year. So obviously something's not right if I'm breaking them that quick. And all I'm doing is moving them around so I can hook up and unhook. So it's time to do something different. So I'm planning on using PVC pipe to go to the septic tank. And then I've got a rubber connection point that I'll put on one end, and I'll use the hose to connect and disconnect, so that way I don't leave it connected to the camper and let all that cold air get to the tanks. It is March now, which is a plus, so hopefully the weather won't dip back down, but I did see in the weather forecast we're going to see 0 again, so for the low, but I think 20's for the high, so that's not so bad. It's better than 10 below and 0 for the high, or 9 up for the high. So I will get to work and I'll show you the end result. So I got my pipe laid all the way down. I'm actually dumping now, so it's actually working really good. But I just took a 3 to a 4-inch coupler like that, and I just compressed it down on top of the hose. That way I can disconnect that. And I ran her down all the way down. and hopefully I shouldn't have to worry about leaks. I can flush the system easy enough where I can pop that off and run a garden hose and wash it out if I wanted to. None of the joints are glued because we plan on using these for other projects. Actually, probably the sewer system for this camper when we move it. So that's what we got going on today, and I think the rest of the day it's just going to be a cold, damp, drizzly day. It might be movie day. So yeah, I think it's going to be just movie day and take care of prepping for the next week. As far as we know, we don't see anything in the foreseeable future for projects other than maybe clean up and organize. And we may add some of them videos. For those that don't know, you don't have a lot of space in campers, so you have to constantly seem like you're organizing. We did ours in a rush. We didn't actually have time to prep anything. We literally moved out of our brick and stone house into the camper in a matter of 3 weeks. So like the enclosed trailer that's behind me is packed full of our stuff. We've been moving stuff in and out of the camper into the trailer, vice versa. Nothing was prepped, so we are literally starting from scratch. Drop the camper off, move out of the house, and start. So everything's a battle. Do things as fast as you can to get it usable, and you end up redoing it, kind of like what I did with the PVC pipe. So this isn't easy. It's a lot of work. I get run up to the house, since we're mooch docking, and fill the camper up with water twice, 3 times a week, depending on what we use for or what we consume. Really, we're using 120 gallons of water down here a week. That's not much, considering I had, my minimum at my house was 2,000, and I would go over that. So I'm using a quarter of what I used to use. You really start to look at what you use, where you use it, and how you use it when you get into something like this. So keep an eye out for more videos ahead, and maybe we'll add some more other content other than just me talking a little bit. We'll see you later. Hey everybody, it's Sunday, end of week 6. We made it about halfway through, and we are approximately 6 weeks from getting our new place, as long as the weather and supplies stay alright. But as you can see, maybe you can't, yep, you can see outside it did snow yesterday. We got about, it looks like roughly about 1.5 inches, maybe 2 inches of snow, mixed with sleet and rain and all that yesterday afternoon. But we had a very productive day yesterday and last night. We ended up blowing up a radiant heater in the camper yesterday. We were just crawling into bed, watching a little TV, and I lost 110 volt. Basically, I lost the main power. I mean, I still had lights because that's all 12 volt, but I lost all my 120 volt, which my heaters, my lights, fridge, and my water heater, which has both electric and heat, or propane. But we blew up one of them, and it actually shut my whole system down. It blew the 50 amp breaker inside here. I reset the breaker last night, didn't think anything of it, didn't know what happened to cause it in the first place. Came out here and turned the heater back on. Well, I got up this morning, and this is when I found out it did it again. I guess Lacey said it popped again after I fell asleep. It didn't blow the breaker that time, but it did at least make another crackle or a pop. So we're very lucky that it didn't get any further than that, because it was still plugged in and the fan running this morning when I got up. But we got one of these Eden Pure heaters, and this morning the fan was running, but no heat was coming out. So I'm assuming the elements went in it. If you don't know already, these are like almost a $500 heater. The heating element, I can order the heating element for 80 bucks, so I might be doing that. The other thing is we ran out of propane last night. So this morning when I got up, it was 52 degrees in the camper, because we were only running one little space heater, and that's the one in our bedroom. And it does blow a little heat out in the kitchen and stuff, but it took about 5 hours when I kicked the fireplace on to catch up to about 64. So between those two items and one other one, our crock pot decided to die yesterday too. And that's what we made our potato soup out of yesterday, because we knew it was kind of going to be a damp, drizzly day in the afternoon, so a nice warm meal is always nice to have. So we killed off basically 3 items yesterday: propane, a heater, and a crock pot. Am I missing anything else, Lacey?
Nope.
So today I've already changed propane tanks, so that's my first 100-pound tank that I went through. We've been running off that for what, 3 weeks now?
Yep. Because
running space heaters makes a big difference. Otherwise, I went through, three or four 30-pound tanks in a week, and now I'm up to a 100-pound tank, and I'm doing it every 3 weeks. So I got one tank to take back in, and I swapped tanks already. Just kind of watching the snow melt outside. We got roasting potatoes in a new crock pot. Well, it's not new, but a different crock pot, because the other one's dead. And today we're just going to veg out and relax, maybe do some organizing, because that's a never-ending process in a camper, right?
Yep.
And
fill water.
Fill water. Yeah, I gotta fill water. I'm just about out of water. I'm at a third. My black tank's at a third. My gray tank's at a third. And my front gray tank's at 2/3. So I got a few little things to do, but nothing big and serious to worry about, right?
Yep.
And what else did we do yesterday? Oh, we meal planned. Now, for those of you that probably live in RVs full time, you can't do it like you do it in a brick and mortar house. You can't buy a truckload of groceries, and I literally mean truckload, and bring them into the camper, because there isn't space to store it all. And we have our one pantry, our fridge, and that's about it. Just because the way we moved into the camper, we still have our enclosed trailer out there that's still got food, and then some cabinets underneath that have some food that we've been going through trying to get brought in. But you can't go out and buy $400 worth of groceries in bulk and expect to have a place to put it, because there's just no room. So we try to meal plan as much as we can and use up as much as we can in the camper before we buy more, just because we don't have the space. So please leave a comment if you want to know what we actually do for meal plan and all that stuff. But I think I'm going to cut this video for the end for this week. If anything else comes up, I'll add it behind this or start it for next week. Please like, subscribe, and follow. Just walking across the ice.